morning, good morning. So your playlist is svadhistana. You have 2 blocks. You have a blanket. We don't need a strap. Set it aside. Having around you anything that is a good guide. If you're part of Soul Soil, maybe using those cards that are a part that you can print out and cut out. Day 10. If you are starting today, if this is new for you, then welcome. My name is Martha McAlpin. This is a chance for you to explore Kundalini Yoga. Kundalini is the impulse towards an auspicious life. It is the technique of engaging with ourselves to provide and encounter an auspicious life. It is the result we find, and it is the nurturing, accepting force that holds that path in all things. So Kundalini Yoga is this elevated state of energy that is accessible to all living things. And these are techniques that we use to balance and access the body so that we can balance and access ourselves more fully. In yogic philosophy, the energy moves through us via 3 primary channels. And so there's up the spine, like our central nervous system, the sushumna. There are 2 subsidiary channels of energy that end right at the sinus point of the nostrils. And every place that they crisscross, that encountering of each other creates a turbulence, and the turbulence creates an order, and the order creates a turning, creates a momentum. And this is a chakra. Each of these chakras holds a body of information, a body of frequency, from the lowest to the highest. From the navel down is considered our low triangle. From the throat up is our upper triangle. And the lower triangle is the practical, the mortal, this finite life that we understand to be as sort of molecular reality. But the more we understand of molecular reality, the more that we understand how electrons shift and move and exist in many places at one time. As we come into the upper frequencies, we begin to realize that we are not this physical form. This is an opportunity to explore physical form, but we are also an energetic being that has no limit. And so it is right here in our second center where we are focused for these 40 days. So welcome. And if you're familiar, then maybe that gives you a little bit more to go on today. Last 40 days with Mulahara, our base. Now Svadhistana, a space of our own, a dwelling place. A sense of where we are always welcome, and in that where we come into contact with everything else. Palms together, heart high. Ong Namo, I bow to everything outside of me, guiding me, healing me, holding me. Guru Dev Namo, I bow to everything inside of me, rising to meet it all. Outside and in, I am guided. 3 times with me, or just listen. Inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev. Om Namo This second center is the space where we feel. The first center, all is one. The second center, where we feel. So you will start your playlist to Take My Leave of You. We begin by feeling that there's a possibility of grief, of encountering the world, its pain, its loss. The first noble truth of Buddhism, we suffer. Come to lie on your back. Knees bend, feet flat, elbows down beside you, out wide or overhead. Begin to arch your back off the floor, hips down, shoulders down, and then exhale, roll the spine to tip the tail. Roll to arch the back, and then tip the tail. Close your eyes. Move slowly. Move tenderly. Close your eyes. Using your heels. Pull your heels towards you to lift your heart. Press your heels away to roll through the spine. Let your breathing change. Let it through you. Let your body access more. Breathing into the low belly. 30 seconds. And pausing. Step your heels forward and wide. Your heels feeling the outer edges of the mat. Feet flat. Hands overhead or arms out wide, your choice. Drop both knees to the left. So you're on your right inner foot, your left outer foot. Feet flat, knees center, both knees fall right. Take your time. Let your breathing come from the pelvis all the way into the ribs and the diaphragm. Your pace, thick and slow here. Svadhistana is also the home of our pleasure and the question of whether or not we will allow delight into our bodies. And even if we are grieving, we can grieve with respect and with dignity. We can face injustice with respect and dignity and hold our moment to act and still find pleasure. We are complex and capable. We can feel both. We can feel more. Let your hips move a minute. Let it become light and swift. Excellent. Keep opening the abdomen. Keep lengthening the space from your belly button to your hips. Maybe even the softest of smiles. 3, 2. Good. As you pause, center. Bring your hands down. Hands to thighs, press away. Feel the low belly changing. Draw your left knee in. Interlace your fingers over the left shin. Keep it close. And your right leg extends out. From here, right knee to chest, wide to the right, and extend out. Knee to chest, wide to the right. Yes. Continue. Roll open through the hips. Some days it's a little clicky, a little gravelly. Smooth it out. And reverse direction. Heel out long, right knee right, into the center, and then press out straight. You may flex point your toes, roll your ankles. The joints are opening. These joints act as valves, as gathering points for the energy that flows through the long bones and the long points of your body. Press out long and change. Right knee to chest, left knee open to the left, extend out and draw up to your chest. Knee to the left, left leg long and knee to chest. Opening. Good, and bring it in. Good. And reverse direction, pressing straight. Left knee left and into the center for 4. For 3. For 2. Good, good, good. And both knees, wag your tail, shake out your feet. Put your right foot flat. Put your left ankle over your right knee, send your left knee away. Lift your head and shoulders, reach forward, draw your right knee in. This will be exhale. Right leg long, hands overhead. This is in to X to in. If you have to, you put your hands to the backs of your legs. A nice modification. Or, if it's possible, arms beside the thighs. Draw your right heel towards your right shoulder. 2. Good. And 1. Changing. Right ankle over left knee. Gathering in. Extending out. Your pace, your body. If you need to, hands to the backs of your thighs. Help it in. Let it out. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Feet down, hands on thighs, press away, open. Put the soles of your feet together. Hands on the crease of your hips. Bring your breath down into that space of the pelvis and feel the thrum of energy and circulation that you're making there. So we begin in the physical body. We begin by creating momentum and circulation and range of motion where perhaps the physical body was limited. Right? Put your feet flat, bring your knees together, hands wide or overhead as you choose. And then knees open out and feet flat, knees together. Inhale, you fall to the outer edges of your feet. Exhale together. And as you do, you may feel a little reluctance. There's sort of a catch and a release as you open. It goes kakak. And you're going to get lighter in that movement, and the light touch will allow it to move swiftly. Exhale, inhale. X, in. Good. Three, two, P. So feet flat, press your heels down to lift your hips. Put your feet together, and now bring your knees apart. You're on the outer edges of your feet. Bring your knees together. Inhale, open, exhale, close. To open, to close. Inhale, exhale. So you're keeping your hips lifted. You're keeping your low back at ease. And you're using the very outer back edge of your hips and your low belly. Now, how easily can you move? Ha! And the ease creates a real flush through the low abdomen, a circulation, a strength, a heat, a light. 5, 4, 3, and setting it down, pause. Widening your arms, widening your heels, legs out wide. Left foot down, right foot to follow. Right foot up and over, left foot to follow. The legs moving from side to side. Now the modification here is a bend in your knees. Bend your knees as you need to, and you begin to work your way slowly towards straight legs as you can. If your knees don't find the floor, that's absolutely fine. Heels wide, press to the feet, flex point your feet, bend your knees, put your feet flat, hands on thighs. Feel. You may find a little bit of a shimmy, a little bit of a tremble, and what that is the nervous system releasing a hold that there was in your body, an energetic or an emotional hold, something that you felt that didn't get expressed. So that little shimmy is tremendously therapeutic. Heels wide, sit on the edge of your blanket or your bolster, knees may be bent, you can prop with blocks if needed. Interlace your fingers, arms out long, and we'll circle. And this circle isn't drawn by the hands or the shoulders. The circle is drawn by the seat. The circle is drawn by your feet. Good. Long and smooth. Spread your toes, draw your toes back so slightly. Keep that circle and reverse its direction. And from the feet, you'll pause and you'll reverse smaller, smaller. Gathering in, feeling the potency build. Rudra is the ancient Vedic name for Shiva, for our consciousness, for the universal consciousness, right? And Rudra is a power, is a potential, is what differentiates a medicinal plant from a weed. This is what we build, reverse, small, potent circles. This is your wisdom, your healing capacity, your insight and perspective. Gather in and feel it grow. 3, 2, yes. And pause tall. Turning, you're seated with your legs out. Shake out the feet, shake out the knees, bend your knees and plant your heels with your toes up. Hands out, fingers in, thumbs up. Draw your hands apart and then rocking back, they come together. Inhaling, open, exhaling, close. Move from your heels, move from your low belly. And the arms are simply following your spine. Three, 2, 1. Cross your legs, hands up high, make little cups, 3 sips in. Heart up, chin in, pause. Lift the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha engages, little cups. Release Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor, the throat, chin up, breath out, hands down, and notice. Notice the sensation of your energy, the location. Is it steady? Is it pulsing? Is it continuous? Where? At the surface, at the center, in the front, in the back? Become a cartographer, aware. As you stand, unfold your blanket one time, set your blocks up ahead of the little toes and just outside of the feet. Good, hands to your hips. Drop your seat to stand up tall, hands high. Bending your knees, tail back, ribs to your thighs, fingers down, head down last. Sit down, thumbs up, heart up, all the body opens. And you sit. And you fold, tuck your chin, and you rise. And you sit, fold, exhaling, sitting, hands high, inhaling. Good. Hands wide this time. Bend your knees again. Tail back. Left foot steps back. Your knee drops to the blanket. Hands come up high. Any adjustment you need, set it up. Back toes tucked under. Hands down, shift back. Inhale up and down. Press your left toes down into the floor to open the left thigh, left hip, left lung. One more. Hands down, fold down, step your left foot up. Sit down, hands wide, stand. Bend your knees, widen. Right foot back, right knee down. Inhale up and back. Back toes are tucked under. You're moving from foot to foot. Your front heel press down, press away, and then use your heel to draw you forward. Arms and chest are fluid. One more. Pause. Hands down, ribs down. Step up. Inhale up. And down. Right foot back, right knee down. Hands up high. And down. One more time. This time, right hand catches your left wrist and your hips continue forward and back. Bend to the knee. Good. As you come forward, hands softly to the right to stay. Aware of the landscape internally. And hands down. Step your left foot up. Drop your seat deeply. Press your heels down. Inhale. And then down. Right foot steps back, right knee down. Hands high, inhaling up. And down. Getting unstuck through the joints, hands up high. Left hand holds the right wrist, hips continue, front and back. Opening, releasing. Left hand takes you a little left. How is it changing? Hands down. Left. Set your blocks aside and step back. Your knees come to the back edge of your blanket, knees wide, toes together, fold it back, so that when you come forward, your hips are supported on the front edge of the blanket. Knees bending, press down to rock back. This might be the perfect work for you. Hips are supported. You rock a little forward, you rock a little back. Take your time. You're massaging your low belly. To go on, come forward, pause, lift your chest, look right, look left, and center, and back. Come forward, lift up, look right, look left, look up, and back. Elbows down, palms together, thumbs point up. Drop your hips back, your head down, and open the outer shoulders. And bring it up. If you need to double check, your playlist is at We Are the Ones. Set your blanket in the middle, legs crossed, heart high, heels are under the crossed knees. And your blocks come up. Fingers drop over the fronts of the blocks or over the sides. This little drop helps relieve your wrists. Lean forward, press your feet, press your hands to lift your hips, then sit it down, hands to shoulders, inhale, up. That's all. Lean forward, press. Sit. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your power. Nice and steady, pressing into the outer feet. You may work here or press pause. 3, 2, and sit down, hands up high, inhale, again, hands down, press your feet, press your hands, lift your low belly, 3, 2, sit down, hands up high, inhale, and down, and pause, 3, 2, 1, and just forward and back, up and down, 2, 1 more time, hands down, press your feet, press your hands, and then hands up high, make little cups, inhale, lift your chin, fill your collarbones, 3 sips. Hold that, heart comes up, chin comes in. Lift your pelvic floor with little pulses of the pelvic floor, as though interrupting the stream of urine. Pause. Isolate the pelvic floor and relieve the chin, the elbows, the breath. And just notice this sensation. So that pulsing of Mula Bandha that we built last sequence, for me, it's as though you have bath salts in the bottom of the bath, and under the water, you're moving your hands to dissolve those salts. We're breaking up what's stagnant and still in the bottom of the body. So arms can widen, and then almost to touch. Inhale, open, exhale, close. And I'm turned so that you can see that my arms are just a continuation of my spine, that I'm moving forward and back, and my arms are moved. So modification, if it's needed, hands are low. Another modification is it's smaller. And then as you're ready, hands the height of your head, open and close. Close your eyes, 3 minutes to go. Shoulders stay soft. As you grow stronger, maybe there's a possibility for a bright calm. Where is there a quiet light? How are you sustained? Where is the delight? Let it grow. Three, two, one. We'll take the hands up high. Lift your chin. Sip. Heart up, chin in. Now pulse the pelvic floor. 5, 4, 3, 2. Pause. Release Mula Bandha. Release the throat, the shoulders, the elbows, the breath, the hands. Notice internally. Notice the sensation, the circulation. How does it change when you breathe in? How does it change when you breathe out? Become knowledgeable about your sensations. Blocks beside you. Lean forward, hands on blocks, press down, press into your feet, lift, sit down, hands up high, inhale. Like that, 2 more. Fold, press. Inhale up. And press. And up. Hands down, fold the last 2 fingers into your palms. Hold them with your thumbs and first 2 fingers together. Inhale, exhale. Most modified, elbows are bent. Next modification, hands up, elbows are bent. Full posture, arms are straight. Inhale up, exhale down. Move from the low belly. Close your eyes and find your pace. Three, 2. Hands go high, long, steady breathing. Little cups. Inhale, fill the chin, 3 sips. Heart up, chin in, pulse the pelvic floor. Stir, svadhistana. Little pulse, 3, 2. Release the throat, the elbows, the breath, and feel. You may stay seated. You may sit on a chair. You may stand. I will stand. You spread your hands wide. Fold your thumb to the base of your pinky and your fingers over your thumb, and then you wind one fist forward over the other. 4 minutes. Eyes closed. Where do you need to go? That you have created the most sacred setting to feel anything and everything that has not been felt, that is simply life surfacing in its intensity, in its emptiness. Here is the place that meets you. Deep, smooth breath. Your breath is the conduit, the channel, the current. Where are you getting stuck? Where are you holding on? Where are you tuning out? I stand so I can find it all. Toes, heels, ankles, knees, hips, belly, chest, back. Let it find you. You are known. You are felt. Three, two, big inhalation. Hold the breath tight, fist, cross your forearms, press them together. Keep the breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Inhale. Fists, cross, press, stay. 5, 4, 3, 2, release. Notice. The physical practice, the hatha aspect, teaches us to notice our interior physical body. We know the surface, but do we know what lies inside? How it thrums, how it heats, how it moves. Legs crossed. So blocks in front. Hands to blocks. Fold. Rise up. Hands to shoulders. Inhale. Folding. Most modified. Fabulous. If this is your work, then work here. Good. Next step would be hold opposite elbows. A fold through the seat. Inhale up. Hands the height of your forehead. This may be your work. Hands overhead, holding opposite elbows. Fold. Now there's no hurry in the fold. 1.5 minutes. Close your eyes. Steady breath, whatever you've chosen. Settle in. Take your right hand down, your left hand over, and your left hand down and your right hand over. Feel the outer hip, the outer waist into the ribs. Smooth inhale as you reach, exhale as you change. Modification 1, right here. Open the sides of your spine. Keep your seat even and level. Perfect. Next modification, palms would touch. Keep that same movement of the spine. Press your palms, nice and steady. Thumbs to the forehead center, next step. Hands high, palms almost to touch, full movement. Keep the base deep. Keep your attention at svadhistana, the low belly, the low back, the upper body like kelp in the sea. Steady, 2 minutes. Close your eyes. Quicker. It becomes swift, light, a little higher through the body. Three, 2, hands high, little cups, 3 sips in, chin up. Heart up, chin in, pulse the pelvic floor. Repeat there in your mind, svadhistana, svadhistana, svadhistana. Dissolving, dissolving, dissolving what's caught. Chin up. Breath out, elbows down. Feel. Notice the interior body. Set your blocks aside. Seated on the middle of your blanket, your bolster, lie back. So your hips are supported. Interlace your hands behind the head at the base of the skull, your thumbs pointing down, elbows wide and into the floor. So one option is the soles of your feet together, your knees wide, your elbows wide, and you pause right here. Long, deep breath, just like that. Perfect. Especially if you're a little run down or worn out. And breathe here. Or feet flat, heels, hip distance apart. Stand in your heels to lift your hips, to lift your heart. Elbows press down. And then back down to the floor. Press your heels, press your elbows. Feel the front body lengthen and open. As this becomes more familiar, it is light and lightly quick for 1 minute. Keep your knees coming together. Three, 2. Setting down. If your knees are open, put your feet together. Put your knees together. Lift your hips. Take the blanket from beneath you and place it over your low belly. Hands down, hands resting on the blanket. And feel. Eyes closed. Working here. Let your feet move side to side. Knees up and down. Feet side to side. Keep releasing your low belly. Rolling to one side, set your blanket aside and build a cross-legged seat. Pause your playlist if it continued. Adding any socks or any blanket bolster that you require, sitting tall. Allow your left hand to rise, float, and then thumb and first fingertip touch. The other three fingers fit together. Set it down. So the left side has an order, and you can feel the order. Left shoulder is over the left hip. Left elbow is open. Left side of the spine is open. Let the right side match the left side. Let the right shoulder be over the right hip, even as you raise your right hand. Fold your first two fingers together and into the palm. The right fourth fingertip crosses to the left inner eye. Slide down and feel where the bone ends, and just above the flare of your nostril, close there. Easy, steady breath through the right side only. Soften your shoulders. Soften the back of your neck. Widen the base of your skull. Your breath becomes silky. Release your fourth finger. Your right tip of thumb to the right inner eye corner. Slide down that right side. Feel where the bone of your nose ends above the flare of your nostril. Close there. And breathe in and out through the left side only. No hurry, no force. Right hip even with the left hip. Right shoulder even with the left shoulder. Breathing in your mouth, out your mouth. Close your mouth, in left. 2, 3. Close left, out right. 2, 3, 4. In right. 2, 3, 4. Out left. 2, 3, 4. In left. Out right. In right. Out left. Continue. Right hand down, in both, out both. Right first fingertip to the tip of your nose, up the ridge of your nose. Feel where the eyebrows would meet, and 2 fingers width above that, the third eye center, the center of the forehead. Use the edge of your fingertip and feel a bright sensation. Through both nostrils, breathe up to that point and back out. Feeling as you do 2 streams of light, like an inverted V, and back out. Right hand opens, first 2 fingers fold down. Close the right side nostril, breathing in the left side. Bring it up to that center point and then out the right. Breathe in right, Close right, out left. In left, a stream of light. Close left, out right, a stream of light. In right, out left. In left, out right. In right, out left. Right hand down. Without using your hand, feel the inhale through both nostrils to the center of the forehead and back down. Without using the hands, feel inhalation through the left side nostril to the center of the forehead and out the right side nostril, a stream of light. In right, out left. In left, out right. In right, out left. Continue on your own. When you next exhale out the left side, return to normal breathing. In both, out both. Release the effort, the structure, and sweep wide and high. Bring it with you. Palms together, thumbs to the forehead, center. 8 count Sat, 2 count Nam. Inhale, I am this. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. I see myself. Namaste. I see you. Those breaths and that meditation at the conclusion are as important as everything else that we're doing. If we are dissolving old experiences and our impressions about those experiences and what we have held within us, we held it within because it created concern. What if I let this out? What will happen? Will I capsize? Will it never stop hurting? Will it ever return to a sense of myself that I know, that I enjoy? And so the technique of alternate breath with your hand is called Nadi Shodhana. And that technique is balancing the left side and the right side of the breath. As we talked in the beginning, those intersecting channels conclude right where your fingers are. And they relate to the left and the right hemispheres of your brain. And they create a quality of calm. So even if we're moving ourselves into and through a lot of old information here, and it feels like upheaval to some degree, we're also building a technique that feels like organization and clarity. When we take our hand down and we use only the mind to focus the breath, when we use the mind to draw a line of light, gathering our attention, our awareness to one point, this is called prana dharana, and it's an essential aspect of kundalini because it is the gathering of our energies. It is the placement of our energy, and our mind will follow. So when we're feeling scattered, we want the ability to gather that scattered sensation and give it order. When I've become the dervish that I can be, I want to be able to stand in its center, even as I still feel that lashing noise of frustration or reaction. I can see it. I can notice it. I can say, where is it coming from? What does it require? How can I hear this? How can I let it move through me? I know that I am okay. As you gather your attention and then you set it down, again and again, you're building mental dexterity. This is the next level that allows you to evolve spiritually and emotionally because you have the capacity to manage your energy. These are the techniques that we will build the next 30 days so that you can continue to experience yourself more fully. I will see you there. Tomorrow morning will be vinyasa, very similar to what we did last week, all levels involved. Mark, I hear you. I'll try to put a little bit more beginner action towards the beginning. I have found that this sequence requires that I do more asana. I do asana every evening, even just 20 minutes. It's a clearing, it's an anchoring, like a lightning rod that leaves the energy of the day behind. And if I don't do this, I end up with a charge that's sort of 3 days old and building. And so I very much encourage you even to do the first 20 to 30 minutes of vinyasa tomorrow morning. You can replay it any time. And then I'll build into it. And if you're a great asana yogi and you want more, there will be more. Definitely 2 or 3 peak places. But know that physical practice is exceptionally important when we're asking ourselves to feel. We need a container and an awareness of our container to hold the chaos that feeling can be. So replay that anytime. You can replay last week if you prefer. You can do it anytime. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Sunday morning we'll come back to this sequence, 8 a.m. And then next week, return to noon. Thank you so much for your time. Sat Nam.